Hello there. So, I'm pretty sure my microphone is working. Let me just play this back to myself. Hello, Robert Kelly and Harvey Hollinsworth. Trying to make sure that my microphone works on my stream. If you guys can hear me, can you give some indication in the chat? Oh wait, it's working. There, okay. Good, great. Okay. So, on my live stream, when I was setting it up on YouTube, it said it was going to premiere at 1:30, but I guess it didn't premiere, it just started it, which is fine. I didn't need that extra 7 minutes to prepare or anything, thanks to YouTube. I don't know why I did that. Literally said it was going to premiere and show like a waiting screen. But I'm still gonna actually start at 1:30, but maybe I'll just do it in like 2 minutes actually at 1:25 because I don't want to wait too long since the stream's already started. So let me just do my basic intro, which is kind of weird without the music actually. But hello guys, Matt Guzman here, back with another. Actually, not another. This is my first live stream on the channel. Today, I will be providing some answers to some questions that have been provided to me. These questions are provided to me by the National Capital Area Council and Pack 129, Den 11, aka the Sharks. These Weeblos had their den leader contact my efforts because the den leader has been watching my channels and he's noticed my efforts to make Eagle Scout in 2 years, and he requested that I share my plan and motivation to get there. So when the den leader contacted me, we went back and forth between emails to sort out some questions that he would have liked me to answer. So I hope my efforts to answer these will encourage my viewers to further your scouting career and motivate you to do whatever that you've wanted to do in your scouting career. I'm going to start officially soon with my slides and the questions. I really wanted to start at 1:30 to have a premiere. So, like, it would have a countdown, but I guess there's not going to be a countdown. It just had a go live button. But, whatever. My mic's working. I got my slides up and running. Everything should be good. I will start the questions soon, just trying to make sure everything actually is working. I don't want to press the wrong button and, I don't know, something happens. So, I've live streamed before on my other channel, but that was with a different software on the PS4. I'm using this on my PC through OBS, which is the first time I'm doing this, so bear with me for a second here. Thank you for watching my stream, for those of you that are here. I'm going to start very soon. I just did my intro, which I probably shouldn't have until I officially started, but in case you are new, I'm Matt Guzman, and I'm going to be answering some scouting-related questions. So, yeah, I think we can wait into the extra 4 minutes because I'm not in any rush. I can just chill here for a while. So, basically, this is one of my first Q&As that I've ever done. I know how they work, and I've taken some consideration into what I'm going to say and what questions are going to be asked. And at the end, if I have enough viewers, I will also be taking questions from chat and reading them after I'm finished with my main questions. So, main questions and presentation first, and then going on to any questions that the chat or my viewers might have that are additional. So that's my plan. 7 viewers watching. I actually didn't expect to get this much. This is more than I get on my other channel with more subscribers. I feel sad, but happy at the same time that people are watching me. This is great. Now I get people to actually, retain my answers. It's awesome. So I have it set up to where it'll show the slides. The slides will showcase the questions, and then I will answer them and keep on going until we reach the end. Time check, it is now 1:27. I'm going to be officially starting the questions pretty soon, just making sure I have everything completely set up. I don't know why it didn't premiere it still. I had it set to be scheduled for exactly 1:30, and then I pressed the go live button, but then it literally went live instead of premiering it. So, yeah. Well, for those of you that are watching, just a little bit about me. My name's up there, Matt Guzman, and mainly I'm on a 2-year journey to Eagle Scout, and I've been making these videos to motivate other scouts and people who are watching to, I don't know, just give an insider's guide on my experience and how to get certain ranks, requirements, and badges, all that good stuff in scouting, and hopefully before I turn 18 to get Eagle Scout. So I really have wanted to do a Q&A for a while. I just never really did it, but I think now is a good time since I've actually been contacted. Again, I was contacted by the National Capital Area Council, Pack 129, Den 11, aka the Sharks. These Weeblos have been wanting to ask me these questions for a while, so it's pretty cool that I'm able to answer them. Hello, Rolando Gaming in the chat. Alright, 2 minutes till we officially start the stream. It's kind of weird to be here in a live setting when there's not a game in front of my screen. It's just slides. I was really hoping it would show my thumbnail, but it just shows my usual loading screen, which I'm not complaining, it still looks cool. So, please stay tuned. I am going to start very soon for those 8 people that are watching. I'm starting in less than a minute, and I'm going to answer questions that have been provided to me. Anyway, fam, hello, thanks for watching the stream. Alright, I'm going to be starting very soon. I'm probably going to do a mini version of my intro again for the people that just got here. So, Alright, I think now is as good a time as ever to start. So, hello guys, Matt Guzman here with a live stream this time instead of an actual video. Today I will be answering some questions that have been provided to me. This is going to be one of the first times I'm doing this. It is a Q&A for Scouts BSA and anything's related to it and how my experience has affected me, and maybe some insight on how I could help others. So, as I said before, like 5 minutes ago, these questions are from the Weeblo Scouts at the National Capital Area Council. They're called the Sharks. Basically, I'm answering their questions. So the first round is for questions. Did you have fun as a Cub Scout, and how does Scouts compare? Is it more of a commitment, and if so, how? So this is technically 3 questions, but they're all in the same string. So answering the first question, did you have fun as a Cub Scout? Well, I don't remember much from Cub Scouts since it was like, I don't know, 7 to 10 years ago for me. But the things I do remember have stayed close to my heart. I know that as a Cub Scout, my dad was the pack leader, so he made all the plans and everything. And even though I don't remember much, I still remember all the campouts and the Pinewood Derbies that he did. And I remember getting belt loops and stuff. Just basic advancements that, you know, stayed with me as a child and has helped me continue to grow, because that was my first taste of like actually doing things and learning stuff outside of school to better my knowledge of the world, I guess, because back when belt loops was a thing, I got almost all of them. Oh wow, there's actually a lot of people here. No, I'm not showing my face, I'm just answering these questions. Thank you guys for watching the video. Let's see, how does Scouts compare to Cub Scouts? So, Scouts BSA, how does that compare? Actually, I just want to give one more thing on my Cub Scout thing. One of the first times that I went over to crossover, it was a very weird experience, and of course, back then, they didn't have lions as a level. The first level was actually tigers. But since my dad was the pack leader and I was really, really enthusiastic at 4 years old or 5 years old to join Cub Scouts, I wasn't technically old enough, but he let me join in anyway as a pre-tiger. So I got basically the tiger rank by the time I was officially a tiger, if that makes sense. And then later in my years, going from tiger to wolf, wolf to bear, and bear to Weeblos, they didn't have Weeblos and Era of Light. They had Weeblos and Weeblos 2, and then Weeblos 2 had a chance to earn Era of Light and then cross over to Boy Scouts, and that's what I did. So, the second question there, how does Scouts compare? Well, Scouts is more for people to learn to be independent, how to do things yourself and not relying on your parents or people to do things for you. Now, there's still people there that they're not going to be able to hold your hand through your scouting career. basically, it requires commitment. A scout needs to stay diligent in their work because they must have and show care in their work. They can't just be there and expect to rank up without putting any effort into it, which kind of sounds boring to some people, but you have to be conscientious of your work and your duties. I've been to many events to where the scouts there, they don't really seem interested at all, and even if they are interested, they're not really paying attention. But staying diligent in your efforts can really help you in your scouting career, and it differs because scouting is not like Cub Scouts to where the adults do everything. So that's one of the main things. The adults aren't there to plan everything and hold your hand through, because they literally do that in Cub Scouts. They hold the scouts' hands to make sure they don't get lost. Actually, that kind of reflects on the Boy Scouts, where to not get lost, you have the buddy system. So, I don't know. It's different in ways that you interact with others. So that's the word I was looking for. It's interaction. That's the difference. Is it more of a commitment? Yes, it is, because you need to be responsible in what you do, and whatever you do, it's most likely you need to earn it yourself. You can't, I mean, I know there are places where you can just show up and get the badge, but for the most part, you need to earn whatever you're trying to do. So that is it for the first question. Let me just check my chat real quick. Am I playing Fortnite later? I might be, but that's not the topic right now. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, please like it, and I don't know, if you know anyone that might be interested at the moment, you could send the stream to them so they can watch it. But moving on to the second question that has been provided to me. Question number 2. What are some of the things to look forward to doing in Scouts? Well, I don't know. I didn't actually know where to start for this question because there was so many things to do in Scouts. Even the Scout Handbook has like an entire section of an introduction to Scouts. But the main things that I think are important to look forward to, learning new skills, applying different methods and like a different thinking process to things, because you can't just rely on the same outcome based on what you do. If there's a plan to do a camp out, there's not really this like schedule you can do to just make everything work out. You have to apply different methods in order to plan things, to work things out. And speaking of working things out, I've mentioned this on many of my videos, working on social skills is a big part in Boy Scouts, because if it wasn't for Boy Scouts, I would probably still be an antisocial person, but social skills has helped me, or Boy Scouts has helped me learn social skills. Of course, making new friends is always something that they say, but I really think that if it wasn't for my friends, I would really be disinterested in scouting, because it's kind of boring to do things alone. But if you have that nice group of people that have the same interests as you, that you want to go for the same things, tackle on new objectives, and it's really fun to do it as a group. Some other things, so things to look forward to doing: you can practice your leadership skills and leading others by like defining your role in Scouts, making sure that whatever you're doing, it can help you and help you to guide others. Some other cool things: you can interact with other Scouts from other troops during events, campouts, and even meetings if you like bring in guests to talk. So basically, learning new things, which probably isn't a like interesting thing to say, but really, if you go to scouting, you're not just learning skills, you're learning life lessons, you're learning how to interact with people, how to actually work on things and earn your way in scouting. So that's basically things to look forward to in Scouts BSA. Moving on to question number 3. It says, what happens after you make it to Eagle Scout? That is a great question, because for the longest time I didn't even know. What has motivated you to get there to Eagle Scout, and what are the rewards as you see them? So the first sub-question there, what happens after you make it to Eagle Scout? Well, if you talk to most Eagle Scouts, they'll just tell you that they quit, which in my opinion, I mean, you've done all that work, I guess you deserve a break, but I really think that of those 4% of Boy Scouts that make Eagle, you should stay there to help others advance, like become a role model, not just like quit or leave. I get it that some Scouts turn 18 and they have to quit because of the mandatory age requirement, but if you have time to still be in the troop, I would just say to stay as long as you can, or at least until you burn yourself out. No, don't burn yourself out. I'm kidding. Just like be there to act as a role model for the other scouts there, because if they see an active Eagle Scout in their troop, most likely the young scout's gonna look up to you and say, "Oh wow, I want to be like that one day." Because that's what happened to me. One of the first troops I went to, I saw one of the older scouts, and I saw how like he has this charisma around him that he's like the big guy and he knows what to do and he kind of just does things and he leads other people. I'm like, wow, I really want to be like that one day. So, sharing your expertise to further guide many scouts because you made Eagle is a really good thing. And plus, after you make Eagle Scout, you don't have to strictly stay in Boy Scouts. You don't have to stay in Scouting BSA. You can join other side things like Order of the Arrow or Venturing. And one of the main things that scouts can still do in Scouts BSA, merit badges can still be earned, even if a scout doesn't need them. If you earn a lot more than the required merit badges, you can receive Eagle Palms, which are bronze, gold, and silver palms that are additional advancements and additional awards. And you can pin them to your Eagle Scout medal I can't pronounce that. You can pin them to your Eagle Scout medal ribbon. So I think that's pretty cool. So my plan to get Eagle Scouts in 2 years isn't just for to get Eagle. I also want to get at least those 3 different Eagle Palms: bronze, gold, and silver. I don't remember the exact number, but I'm like 70% sure that to get all 3, you need 36 merit badges. I might be wrong on that, but thank you, whoever does do the math, if you can put it in the chat. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but Eagle Palms, those are a thing. You get them by completing additional merit badges. Let me just read chat real quick. I am reading the chat. Sorry, I was trying to look at my notes so I didn't stutter as much, even though I messed up pronouncing metal ribbons. So let me just scroll through real quick. WBA Sonic, I am reading the chat now. I was scrolling through my notes to make sure I wasn't doing anything like going off book or like going off on a tangent. So, someone said fingerprinting is the easiest. I will get to that in a second, actually. Join Troop 77. He said, "Good afternoon, excellent videos. Your videos are posted on our site." Oh, thank you. That actually means so much to me. I didn't think that, that means so much to me. He also says, join Troop 77. He also says it's 5 Eagle required, or not Eagle required, my bad, I said the wrong thing. It is 5 additional merit badges each for the Eagle Palms. So you need 17, or no, what is it? It's 21 in total. You need 21 in total to get Eagle Scout. And then if I want to get 3 Eagle Palms, this is a lot of math, each of them being 5 merit badges, that's plus 15. So 21 plus 15, 36. I was right. Okay, 36. Great. Thank you for that. Join Troop 75, no. Join Troop 77. Thank you for that. Another side question real quick, because I think it's good that I address this. How old will you be at Eagle? So, this leads into that second question there. What has motivated you to get there? What has motivated me to get to Eagle? Well, when I first started Scouts, I didn't really like it because of the way troops were led. I don't know if you know this, for the people that are watching. I've actually been to 4 different Boy Scout troops, and the reason that I wanted to make Eagle Scout is, one, there's always that thing like, oh, my parents made me, but also because of the experiences that it provides for me and the many opportunities I can get afterwards. So it motivated me to get there because I wanted to prove to myself and to my dad that I could get Eagle Scout, and also that all the efforts that I put into it will reflect on myself as a person because of the experiences that I go to earn Eagle Scout. So to answer that side question, how old will I be? I will be 17, almost 18. I will be on the verge of aging out if if my original plan stayed how it was supposed to be. I would literally be on the verge of turning 18. But at the schedule I am now, I should be able to get Eagle Scout right as school starts. So if I'm searching for the end of July maybe, or the end of August, that's when I'm hoping on finishing my project, because that's all I need left. If you've been following my status updates, you'll know that I'm actually very, very close to getting my Eagle Scout. Alright. What are the rewards as you see them? I kind of already addressed this. The experience as a whole, getting through all that hardships and all the different badges and like things that you'd have to do. And of course, a big part of Boy Scouts or Scouting BSA, it's camping. So the rewards, as I see them, is not just camping, but the things and interactions that you have with other people while camping. Like most of my memories of scouting aren't even troop meetings. Like, of course, the troop meetings stay with me as informative things, but most of my memories in scouting are the campouts and events I've been on because all my friends were there and I've had a great time at those things. So, yeah, all the campouts and events that you go to provide a really good experience. So, the main reward is what you get from scouting because I mean, of course, after you get Eagle Scout, you're also recognized as an Eagle Scout, and people will see that, like, in public. They'll be like, oh, that dude's a cool kid. But the reward, as I see it, is the efforts that you put in give you a great experience. I'm doing really well. Noah Sliwa, thank you for asking. I'm doing well. Moving on to the next set of questions. Question number 4. What do you enjoy the most about participating in Scouts BSA? Number 5, what are some great things you have learned in the Scouts program? So, I put these on the same slide because they're kind of related to each other. So, what do you enjoy the most about participating in the Scouts? That was a typo. Sorry, I meant to put Scouts BSA. But, what I most enjoy is, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to answer this without, like, doubling over myself. First of all, here are some things that I've heard from other scouts when I ask them why they're in scouting. Of course, there's the obligatory "my parents make me," which is a good reason because at least they're making you do this. And I've heard other people say it gives me something to do, which is also a great reason because of the things it has you do can really help you learn. Which makes me think about my main thing of why I enjoy participating in scouting. The experience lasts a lifetime. The things that matter to me most in what I do here, what I do during this time in Scouts, and how I do it. Because you can't just show up to Scouts, and you could have a good time, you could just be there for things, but you won't really get the full effect if you're not putting yourself out there, if you're not taking that extra leap to go and put yourself out there, earning your way as a scout. Because that's always a good feeling, by completing badges, earning things, selling camp cards, earning different ranks and advancements. That is what really is like the highlight of participating in Scouts, knowing that my efforts help me advance, and seeing the other people around me get affected by what we do is really cool, seeing us all rank up. So that's what I enjoy the most, just seeing the progression of how things have gone over the years. 5, what are some great things you have learned in the Scouts program? Well, the main thing that I learned is you can't just expect everything to work out. You know, you make plans, you show up to things, and things fall through. You can't just expect everything to go your way. Actually, it's not one of the worst things that happened to me, but one of the troops I joined literally as it died. Like, there were 4 of us in the troop. Just me, my brother, and my friend and his brother. That was it. And we built it back up, and it was hard, but we did it. We got it up to like 12 people, and we were going to split it off into 2 different patrols. Now, what happened to that troop, I will leave that for another video. I've explained it in a few others, but I never really went into detail of the story. But it's a pretty long story, so I'm not going to address it. What was the question again? This is why I have notes. What are some great things you have learned in the Scouts program? Well, as I said before, you have to make plans, you have to overcome things. A scout must overcome obstacles in an orderly manner, because like anything in life, you have to learn to work with others. You can't just do things all by yourself and like confide yourself to, this is what I have to do. I have to do this. Well, you also have to think about, how can I plan ahead to where I can learn from this, others can benefit from it, and everyone can have a good time. So you have to learn to work with others. Responsibility is a huge part in scouting. I cannot stress that enough. Of course, there's like teamwork and stuff, but I like to think of it as working alongside others to like better the effort that you guys are doing, if that makes sense. I think it makes sense. It made sense when I thought of it. So to better yourself and to better others based on what you do, and just being responsible in general, staying committed to the program. And like for me, I actually, that sounds kind of hypocritical when I say it, because I wasn't very committed to the program when I first started. I was one of the scouts that were just kind of there, that messed around a lot and didn't really care about advancement. Like, literally, I was like 14 or 15 when I earned tenderfoot. Like, that's how uncommitted I was. And now I'm like a flourishing life scout. So, um, yeah, that's me. All right, let's check chat real quick. I know, I'm sorry. I read the questions or the comments on the chat right after I answer my questions. I don't want to keep flicking back and forth so like I don't lose track of what I'm saying. All right. No, no one can have V-Bucks. Stop asking me that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I did forget the question from reading random comments. All right. Moving on to the next set of questions. All right. Number 6, I made another typo. What has been the best memories you have had in Scouts? What has been the worst? So, the best memories, let me think about that for a second. Honestly, the first thing that comes to mind, and this actually answers a later question, I've only been to one summer camp. To make a long story short, I have different I have things that prohibit me from doing things that a normal scout might do. Like, I'm not physically disabled to where like, because I can do things perfectly fine, but some things that happen to me, I can't just go off somewhere far away because I might like something might happen. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I've only been to one summer camp because of how things have an effect on me. So the best memory that I've had is the only and first summer camp that I went to. It was with my closest friends in scouting and my brother. We all hung out in the same bunk at Lenoche. It was such a fun time. I took so many videos and pictures of it. I probably should have got up those photos before I did this live stream, but oh well, we can save that for another time. Story times on future Q&As, that might be fun. But for now, just focusing on the questions, the best memories is the first summer camp I went to. At first, I thought it was going to be like school because we had to sign up for classes and take a schedule and everything. And there was like times that we had to be like arrive at things at. And at first, I thought this is going to be really annoying and like school because I'm still in high school. So when I see classes and a schedule, I think school. So, but it was not like that at all. They were very lenient on times. It was the way I think of it. It was actually kind of like a college to where you can either show up or you don't because you paid for that class. They don't care if you show up or not because they gave you the money. Kind of like that. But I still showed up anyway. The activities were really fun. I went to Lenoche for summer camp. I don't know if I forgot to say that. And like I said before, it's not just the events and campouts you go to. It's also the people that you interact with there. Like, I went with some of the best people I've ever met. And that was in my other troop, and I really miss those kids. Like, they really brought a lot of memories to me, and I don't know what I'd be like without them because they really shaped who I am. So that summer camp, we did a lot of activities. We got like 6 different merit badges, I think, or was it 5? I don't know, but it was really cool because we could just do what we wanted and show up to the classes, get the badge, and then go chill on the camp. So it was really nice. Summer camps I think are really, really good experience. Oh yeah, my voice is I was yelling a lot on Fortnite the other day, so it's kind of like scratchy. I need to drink some water actually. Give me a second. Always drink water, guys. Gotta keep your vocal cords nice. All right, back to the question. What has been the worst? I don't really think I have a worst time in scouting. Well, obviously when I quit, but I quit for couple years and I joined back. But that wasn't really a worst experience in scouting because I wasn't really in it. But one of the most strenuous things I've had to do is, if you guys don't know what camp cards are, they're coupon cards that you can sell to people for about $5, and it gives them like discounts on different stores and stuff. And basically, they cost $5, but I'm pretty sure you get like $2 of those dollars back to your troop and to your like own funding for the troop, which is really cool because if you sell that stuff, it goes to the council and it also goes to your troop. So basically, When my dad saw that, he was like, "Oh, I wonder what the different reward systems are." And at the very, very top, at 500 camp cards, you can get to summer camp for free. And my dad wants me to be an overachiever, and he wants what's best for me. So he just said, "I want you to walk around all these neighborhoods, and sell all these cards, all 500." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" So that took like 2 months, I think, to sell all of them. Maybe 3 months. It was a long time. I had to walk around so many neighborhoods, and I had to talk to people and become a salesman. So that was probably not the worst time, because it was really a good time to like sell things and be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm actually like doing something," and like selling these things. But it was very strenuous, because it was such a tedious process to go to each and every house, say the same thing, and try to make them interested in getting it. So, but like everything in Scouts, you have to overcome those fears of social interaction, and maybe like, what if I don't sell enough? And I almost didn't sell enough. I almost like hit the deadline to where I wasn't gonna hit 500, but I did, and I got to go to summer camp for free, which was really, really nice. And that was the summer camp that I just talked about. That was a very long answer. I'm sorry. Actually, before I go on to the next thing, I want to tell a funny story. I guess this might count as the worst experience that has happened to me. So, you all know campouts. You have to plan all this stuff. You have to get a roster of how many people are going, pay for the food, get a grub master, all these different things that come into play. And then you arrive at the campout, set up camp, and then do your event for that campout. Well, this specific event that I went on, one of my last campouts, I think, in before I quit scouting. It was one of my last campouts before I quit scouting the first time, and we went on a cycling trip. So my dad got me a. Oh wait, no, actually, that might have been a different trip. I'm going off on a tangent here. So scouting, campout. We were at the campout, one of the very last campouts I went to. Except that in this troop at that time, my patrol had no idea what we were doing. No one told us how we were supposed to do things. We didn't have anyone to guide us. I didn't even know the troop guide was a thing, that they were supposed to be someone there to help us through, because no one there was helping us through. So basically what happened is we set up our campsite, and we were trying to watch the other older scouts and what they were doing, but we had no idea what they were doing. We saw them, because they really should tell you like what the other scouts are doing so you don't get confused, because we saw people putting up like lean up tents and stuff for like wilderness survival stuff, and I'm just thinking like, am I doing something wrong? And apparently we were doing something wrong, because no one told us about food in the wild. Like, that's like the main thing you're supposed to teach a scout. There are animals in the wild. They will try to take your food. So us being like the 12-year-olds that we were at that time, we left our food out in the open. So when we went to our event and came back to our campsite for all ready to eat dinner, a bear came into our campsite and took all of our food. Like, literally, there were claws on the side, like holes from the claws on the side of our boxes and stuff. And our main food supply box with all our stuff for the dinner, it was completely gone. We saw like a trail of garbage out into the woods. So we also left our garbage bag out. So that was probably one of the worst times. It was a very bad night. We had no food, and we had to eat from the other patrols and beg them to let us have their food. And we just felt so like, I don't know, just disappointed in ourselves for leaving our trash in the middle of the woods out in the open. Like, why did we not think of putting it away? So that was one of the worst things that has happened to me. It was really funny, but let me check the chats real quick instead of moving on. Funny story, yay, yes. Once a scout, always a scout. Yes, global network. That actually also ties into another quote. It's once an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout. I've had actually a couple people asking me, this is like a side question, because this wasn't specifically asked me, but I think I should address it. Can you get Eagle Scout taken away from you? No, once you earn the rank, you're an Eagle Scout for life. Once an Eagle, always an Eagle. So, I think that's what that phrase comes from, Eagle Scout for life. Or, I don't know what the exact phrase is, but that's how it's supposed to be. You can't lose the status of that. It's always stayed with you forever. Once you earn it, you earn it. Question number 7. How has the patrol method worked for you? And what are the easiest leadership position jobs? Actually, let me go back. I want to I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I want wait, that made no sense. I'm sorry. I want to stress this because there's a lot of confusion around leadership positions and the patrol method. And I've actually got into a couple of arguments on people here talking about like you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm a life scout and I make all these videos." So, first thing, how has the patrol method worked for me? I'm going to talk about just one troop, the troop that I was first in when I first started this YouTube channel, Troop 757. In my previous videos and status updates, I talked about how I wanted what was best for the troop, and I was trying my best to lead them because I had no idea what I was doing. I literally was the SPL and had no one to tell me what to do. The Scoutmaster left the troop, the Assistant Scoutmaster left the troop, and I was left as the leader of the troop. Like I didn't know what to do. I was just like, so yeah, campouts. What's that? So to jump right into my answer, in my opinion, there's no right way in how a patrol method works, but there is a correct way to establish it. Like some troops that I've been in and some troops that I've contacted, they don't really understand the boy-led notion of scouting to where the scouts are supposed to lead the others. The adults can guide them, the adults can be there to make sure they're not doing anything dangerous, but the scouts are there to lead others and to help each other grow. Adults are there as a guidance. They're supposed to be off in the sidelines, kind of like a coach actually, but not like they're not blowing whistles at us and saying you can't do that. That's actually the job of the SPL. So they can like it's not that they have the power, but they have the responsibility to make sure that the troop is running smoothly and they can do what's best to benefit everyone. And I've had a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but I remember this specific comment on a video that said, "You sound like an uptight person. I would hate to have you as my SPL because all you care about is power." First of all, what? When did I even say that? Second of all, I might have mentioned power in a video, but I'm pretty sure I was joking by saying I have all the power. There is no power in scouting. There's responsibility in what you have to do to lead others. And the positions that you get and that you earn in order to lead others matters in the troop as a whole. So, I didn't want to spend a lot of time on this answer, but it kind of is, you know. So, this is going to be a long answer. Let's see. I've actually had some troops that don't agree in the patrol method and how I said it would work. But, you know, it's your troop if you're the SPL, you do you. But my thinking is that you have the patrol leaders have all these plans for meetings, and then there's patrol leaders report to the SPL and how things are supposed to work out. If you have any questions, you report to the SPL if to make sure that the troop is running smoothly. If you think something's going wrong or you think you might want to change something in the troop, the SPL can make those decisions and how the troop is run, and then they can get it approved by the scoutmasters and the assistant scoutmasters and the council. Oh, not the council, sorry, I meant to say the committee chair. Basically, the troop works by planning and working together in small parts for the glorification of the troop as a whole. What they do reflects on what happens in the troop, and the SPL can make sure everything's running smoothly. They actually have what I've seen in most troops. They have this one meeting during the summer where they get the entire PLC together and say, what do we want to do for this next year? And they have this little outline for a plan. Make sure I'm staying on track here. How has the patrol method worked for you? There are positions that has helped me realize what's better for the troop, and how it has helped me realize what I need to do in order to progress and make others progress. So, let me just make sure I'm reading the chat real quick. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, yes. I've been shouting you guys out as I've been doing this. I haven't really been reading chat, but I have been shouting you guys out. So, let me just look at the thing real quick. With great power comes great response to I don't know how to spell it. Well said by my sister, Maria Guzman. Yes. Alright. Can an adult scout in the U.S. still earn merit badges? Well, okay, so in Scouts BSA, no, you cannot. but in venturing, you can still earn merit badges, I think, up to 21 years of age. I don't want to look it up right now because, well, actually, I should look it up right now. What am I saying? How old to be in venturing? So, I think the age that. Oh, okay. It's in the Boy Scouts of America has a program called Venturing for males and females age 14 to 20. Sorry, not 21. It's for ages 20. Oh wait, I think it means you can still be 20 and be in venturing. It's just when you turn 21, you have to quit. I think that's what that means. So if you're still in venturing, you still can't get Eagle after you turn 18, but you can still officially earn merit badges. So yeah. I lost track of my question again. Gosh. Patrol method. Yes, I need to keep that in my mind. The patrol method. Basically, in my opinion, there aren't any easy jobs for a patrol, but there are positions that have basic responsibilities that might be better for scouts to handle than others. Like, say, I can't think of any at the top of my head. Hold up, I have my scout handbook in front of me. Let me just look through this real quick. Oh, yes, okay. So, something like a quartermaster, that was my first job. Basically, just making sure the troop equipment is taken account for, that you know where it is. Pretty simple job. Especially if you have a small troop, you don't have that much supplies. However, if you have a troop of like 50 people, some people have a troop quartermaster and then patrol quartermasters, and that report to the bigger one. So I think that's a big part in making a troop work, is how the leadership positions are carried out. So some of them, as I said, they have basic responsibilities that are better for beginner scouts, and some of them, like patrol leader or instructor, those are for the more advanced ones that kind of know what they're doing and how to lead others. And even if you don't know what you're doing, you can still get those leadership positions as long as you're willing to commit to leading those other people and making those plans to make sure the whole troop can benefit from it. So, I actually played with a YouTube friend of mine the other day, Pokemon Dabber. I forgot what numbers he had at the end of his name, but Pokemon Dabber. I played with him on Fortnite the other day, and he asked me a really great question. I don't remember exactly how he phrased it, but basically it was like, he was working towards Star. He got his first class already, and he wanted to know if he could still be in a leadership position even if he isn't 100% active in his troop. And I asked him, well, what do you mean by that? And he's like, well, I take like 3 different sports. I like go cross country and everything, and I'm a really active person in sports, and I really want to be active in scouts. And is there a good leadership position to where I don't need to be fully immersed into it, but I can still provide a leadership example and I can guide others? And I'm like, dude, you just perfectly described the assistant senior patrol leader role. Like, that's exactly what I put on my slide on every what's it called, on my status update videos. The ASPL, if you're like first class and above and you've been in the troop, you know how scouts works, and you don't want to just go to every single event and plan every single thing out, but you still want to help out in the troop, and like you want to be that position of leadership to where you're still providing an example to the scouts. Assistant senior patrol leader is a great leadership position for people like that. Like, it's a great way to still be active in the troop, but also just chill, back off a little. Don't just like immerse yourself fully and burn yourself out. So yes, I am reading the chat, sorry. It's just I'm trying to make sure my notes stay relevant to what the question is. So now I'm on like the easiest leader jobs, but I'm also referencing the question that Pokemon Dabber had. So that's the answer to his question. The easiest leadership position jobs are the ones that have basic responsibilities to where you're not like putting all this weight on your shoulders that you need to do this, you have to lead the troop, you need to plan this out. Those aren't really hard jobs either. They're just really strenuous on how you have to carry them out. Some easy positions though, I've been Den Chief. You just teach younger Cub Scouts. That's actually the person who contacted me for these questions. He's a Den Chief. Also a quartermaster, as I said before, they just make sure the supplies for the troop are like taken account for. Sorry, I'm looking through my scout handbook. I don't know all the positions of leadership off the top of my head. Oh, troop historian, that's good. They basically just gather pictures and facts about the troop. They can also, during courts of honor, they can make PowerPoint presentations of what has happened since the last court of honor, which I think is really cool. So, um, for that, even though you're not leading the troop, you should still probably show up to all the events. So you can take pictures and take logs of what happens. But it's really easy because you're literally showing up and just taking note of what happened. So, basic responsibilities. Easiest leadership position jobs. Those were my opinions of it. Sorry, that took way too long to answer, but I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to tell you guys. Next question. In your opinion, what are the best merit badges to earn, and is there a good order to earn them in? So this is a very great question that I think should be addressed. I had a lot of people ask me this same question, so here's what my opinion is on this. So the best merit badges to earn, in my opinion, are the Eagle required ones, because those are particularly picked by the BSA organization to allow scouts to earn those knowledge and acquire those skills, to keep with them for their lifetime. One of the hardest merit badges I've done was personal management and cooking and camping. Those three took the longest, or not took the longest, sorry, but because the longest are obviously the ones that take 3 months to do. But the hardest ones that I've taken are ones that require very specific things. You need to plan these things out, and you need to prove to your counselor that you have the skills to get the badge. And even though they are hard, the Eagle required ones really help you in like getting that flow for what you need to do to get Eagle Scout, getting all those life skills and preparing you for different hobbies you might like, or preparing you for what jobs you might be interested in. So I think that's really cool that those Eagle required badges are set like that, to where it teaches you a lot of different life skills. And like communications, that's a really important badge because it teaches you the importance of communication and interacting with people. Like that merit badge was pretty hard for me because I did not like to communicate with people. The first time my dad made me stand up in front of a crowd, it was the scariest thing I'd ever experienced. And actually, because of those different times that he's pushed me to my limits to help me better myself, it actually shaped me into a better person, because those different merit badges I worked on helped me. I keep saying a lot. Those different merit badges that I've had to do, especially the Eagle required ones, shaped me as a scout and also my work ethic as a person, because now I'm more specific and thorough with what I do. Except when I'm playing Fortnite, because I just rage and scream. But the best merit badges are the Eagle required ones. Is there a good order to learn the merit badges? Well, there isn't a good order, I would say, but I think you should keep a good flow. Like, work in an order that you can get those badges and not start them and then never do them again. Because I've had a lot of scouts tell me that, like, oh, I'm working on the cooking merit badge. I'm like, oh, cool. How far are you? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't work on it for 7 months. I'm like, oh, okay. If you do have merit badges that are kind of sitting off to the side, I would recommend you just do them. Just see what the requirements are and see what you can do to fulfill them. That's how I got so many merit badges, even though I didn't want to do some of them, because, they're merit badges that might not be required, but you should still do them. And even the Eagle required ones that you have sitting off to the side, get those done, because they're really essential to your scouting career. So work in an order that you won't get caught up in so many merit badges to where you're leaving them off to the side. Pick ones that can be easy, challenging, as long as you can work your way through them and get them completed and earn them. You can. I've actually discussed this in my merit badge opportunities video. I think I have that linked in the description, where I talked about different events and different opportunities that you can get merit badges in. One of the very first points that I think about in earning a merit badge is it's called earning a merit badge. You can't just, I can't really say the word because it's not appropriate, but you can't just BS it and just get the badge and say, whoop-de-doo, moving on to the next one. You should earn the badge. Look at the requirements. See what you have to do. For chess, I had a lot of fun with that badge because I had a giant chessboard and I played chess and I found out all those different moves and I recorded myself playing it and made a video off of it. Like, it was really fun. So by getting that experience and working on those merit badges and really earning them, it's really nice because then you have all those skills required. And uh, yeah, that's I didn't know how to segue that into an ending. As you can see, the communications merit badge really did a number on me because I learned so much from it. I can't end my sentence. So I'm pretty sure that was the last question that I had on there for the scouting. Oh no, there's more. Okay, sorry. I am not that smart. Awesome. Do you go to many summer camps? Ah, this was what I was thinking about before. Have you gone to any great ones? And what are your best experiences at camp? Summer camp, as I said before, I only went on that one summer camp. Have you gone to any great ones? Yes, La Noche. Best time of my life. What are your best experiences at camp? Probably hanging out with the boys in the bunk rooms and just messing around with them. Of course, attending the classes too, but hanging out with the boys is always the best time. Just doing whatever with them and chilling by a campfire or playing cards or like, I don't know, tossing a football back and forth. Just really just doing whatever at the camp. Going to the events, going back to your campsite, following along that schedule and just kind of just living like Larry. That's a SpongeBob reference. If you don't understand it, I'm sad. But, the experience as a whole is the best thing that you can like do for yourself. Just if you like are really disinterested in campouts, don't think about it as something you have to do. Think about it as like, well, what can I do there? Well, oh, it's so boring. We have to go to a museum there. Well, what are you learning there and why? Is it for a rank? Who's going with you? Like all those questions you can answer to yourself and have the best experiences during campouts. A tradition that I had at my campouts is we'd always play a card game at our last night there. That was a really good tradition. Number 10. Have you worked... Oh, this is the last question. Yeah. Have you worked in other programs like venturing or Sea Scouts? Unfortunately, I don't really think I'll be interested in venturing in Sea Scouts. I think by doing all this work in Boy Scouts and getting Eagle Scout, getting the Eagle Palms, by the time I age out at 18, I'll be burnt out. Like, I don't think I can handle it. I might be interested in joining Order the Arrow, but I don't really think so either. But for those of you younger scouts that have a lot of potential ahead of you, I really think those are good to join. It's way different. Venturing is less about what I actually spoke to venture scouts during my summer camp, and they told me that it's not really about advancing. Okay, wait. I want to make sure I'm saying this right in case I offend any venture scouts. But from what I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, venture scouts isn't really about getting ranks, because I'm not sure if there are ranks in venture scouts, but it's more about the events and stuff that you plan with your venture crew, and then you go off to do those like events that you planned. They're not really sit in a room and talk for an hour and a half as a troop meeting. They're more like, okay, 10 minute, let's sit in this room for 10 minutes. What are we going to do? And then they're like, cool, this is a camp out we're going to do. This is an event. Like, that's really interesting. I would love to be in a situation like that to where we can just kind of do things without being heavily into planning. But it is different from Boy Scouts to where you have to be responsible in what you're planning. Sea Scouts, I contacted a Sea Scout last year, and their website, it's very different from Boy Scouts. Sea Scouts is very... I don't exactly know how it works, but it is different, but it sounds very interesting. Order the Arrow is also like a very common one that Boy Scouts will also do on a side thing. I didn't do Order the Arrow because I literally joined the troop on their election day. Like, it was like probably my second meeting there, and they're like, okay, we're gonna vote for OA now. And I'm like, well, I can't do that because the troop doesn't know me. So, yeah, those, basically, no, I have not been in any other programs. I was in Cub Scouting from, I want to say 4 years old, but I'm not even sure I was 4. I just know that whatever the age requirement was for tigers, I was below that. So whatever lions now, whatever their age requirement is, that's how old I was, and however long it's been since then. So, I don't know, 17 minus 4. I can't do math. 13. I've been scouting for 13 years. Actually, no. I had a 2-year break. I keep forgetting about that. So 11 years. I've been in scouting for 11 years, 10 or 11 years. So a decade, yeah. That's how long I've been scouting for. Scouting can refer to anything, by the way. You can have venturing scouts, sea scouts, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, it's all scouting. It's just when you're speaking to it in a context like you've already established. I can't speak. I've already established I'm talking about Boy Scouts. So when I say scouting, you know that's what I'm talking about. But scouting is like the organization as a whole, to where Boy Scouts of America has Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, Venturing, and Sea Scouts. So pretty sure that was the end. Actually, yes, it was. So thank you for watching my Q&A for scouting. I'm not going to end the stream yet. I want to look through my chat to answer any other side questions. I know I was supposed to save them for the end, but once I saw them in reading chat, I really felt like it needed to be addressed. If you have stayed to the end, thank you for watching. Like, really, it means a lot to me. And you guys are really nice. Like, I never knew that a lot of you were really interested in me doing live streams, so I might do this again sometime for another Q&A. So, I'm actually really close to 1,000 subscribers. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. No, come back, come back. There we go. I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers. I just realized that I hit over 900 and I didn't even realize. I'm at 912. So that's really awesome. I never thought I would grow this fast. And I am trying to get to 1,000 so I can do those little posts so you guys can directly comment on those little posts on what you guys want to see next. So let me see. I'm going through the questions now. I read kind of fast, so bear with me. I need to read a lot of the stuff here. What is poppin', Noah? Popping like popping popcorn. Famous quotes by my sister Maria Guzman. Sorry, I'm reading through to make sure. Okay, there's the question about an adult scout in the U.S. earning merit badges. Someone asked questions. Okay, let me see. Oh, this is a very nice comment. Naflora's assistant. Seems like you will be a good leader one day, sir. Not good power, but a good leader. That's very nice. Thank you. Okay. So, thanks for the Global Network says, thanks for the answer. So, like a 30-year-old can just be a Scoutmaster and not earn merit badges? Well, yeah, the Scoutmaster can't earn merit badges because they're not an official, like, Boy Scout or part of Scouts BSA as a youth there. They're an adult leader. So, they can be counselors for the merit badges, and they can, like, guide other Scouts to earn those merit badges. Like, my dad... when the Scoutmaster and Assistant Scoutmaster left my other troop, he took over as a stand-in Scoutmaster, and he applied for like 50 different merit badges because of all the experiences that he's had in his life. So you can like be a counselor for it and have others earn the merit badges, but once you turn 18, you have to quit Scouts BSA, and you can still earn merit badges as a venturer until you turn 21, and then you have to... pretty sure that's the cutoff for scouting as a whole as a youth. So that makes sense. There's like a youth side and then there's the adult side. Let's see if there's any other questions. So, Harvey Hollinsworth says the easiest job is definitely chaplain's aide. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you have to show up to like the service. So the services that your church can provide. No, sorry. I want to word this correctly. The chaplain's aide in my troop, before and after each event and camp out, they would give a prayer. Before each troop meal, they would say a prayer. And also, if they had during campouts and events, if they had like a chaplain service, they would sometimes invite chaplain's aides from troops to go and pray there. And I know at La Noche, you can also delegate your chaplain's aide to give a prayer for the entire camp, which is pretty cool. I think one of my scouts did that one time, so pretty cool. All right, let's see. Maria Guzman says they should make a sign that says, "Remember when Matt Guzman was an awesome Eagle Scout? Vote for him today, 2028." Wow. Okay, cool. Can you do a video where you show us your scouting equipment? By that, do you mean like what I bring on campouts or like my uniform? or like my gear, I guess you can call it. Is that what you mean? Like my gear for like campouts and for my troop? It differs actually from what my position is at the time. Because I remember when I was senior patrol leader, I had so much equipment. I needed to get a drink of water. I've been talking for way too long. Sorry, I was talking about scouting equipment. When I was SPO, we had to have a log and all these different binders of all this different stuff that I didn't know what it was. And also, I needed to bring stuff for games and stuff for different events we would do. But as a normal scout, my scouting equipment is basically what's in the scouting handbook on the checklist for what you should bring on a campout. And also the 10 essentials. This isn't really an actual rule, but I know that a lot of troops enforce it to where when you show up to your troop, you have to have the proper uniform and your scout 10 essentials. So, I mean, scout socks, scout shoes, proper scout shorts, your uniform all tidied up and clean, and then a bag with your scout essentials, the 10 scout essentials. I can do a video where I talk about the scout 10 essentials. That might be really interesting, and I like explain why they are essential. And I can also do a video explaining what I bring on a camp out. I don't know why I didn't do that when I did the camping merit badge. I didn't showcase what my actual camping supplies were, so I really should do that. I haven't been to a camp out in a while though because of Corona, so I really want to like take videos of me on an actual camp out and what the tents look like. I think I did it for my backpacking, not backpacking, my hiking merit badge, where I showed video of my campsite and how it looked. But I don't think I've ever shown what my actual supplies were. So that is a good video idea where I show us my scouting equipment and maybe explain what the 10 essentials are. Earn public health. Actually, public health was one of the first merit badges I did online because Corona started and we had to stay indoors. And then, I saw public health and my dad was like, oh, that's a really good one. I'm like, that is. And I got that. Does Scoutmasters earn other titles and stuff? I'm not exactly sure what that question means. Earn other titles. I mean, I know that you can get the I don't know what they're called, but I just call them the rope awards. They're like the knots, that's what they're called. Yeah. The religious knot that a scout can get? Well, I think the adults can also get all these different types of knots. I saw one adult leader at summer camp. He must have had like 10 or 11 of those knots. Like, it was a lot. I don't even know what he had to do to get those because it was a lot. They're not like merit badges. They're like really specific things you have to do as an adult leader. Like, I know as an adult, you can go for a wood badge. Wood badge is a very popular thing among adult leaders and scoutmasters where you can, it's basically like scouting, but for adults, to where all the adults come together during like events and campouts and they do this survival program kind of thing. There are programs that adult scouts can do. I'm sure my dad has taken a part in some of them, and I know he's told me about some of them, but honestly, I forget what they're called, so I'm sorry about that. But Scoutmasters, I don't know what you mean by other titles, but they can definitely still earn awards, but they're different from what Boy Scouts can earn, or what people in Scouts BSA can earn, because they can earn, like, the knots and, like, different awards for adult. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure that there is a Scoutmaster that I can contact or an adult leader I can contact. That might be another good video though for Scoutmasters that are interested in like being in scouting. I'm not sure about that, but those are basically the two things I know that adults can do. They can do their knots, the knot awards, and they can do the wood badge events and stuff and events like that. Okay, let me read through again. What happened to your other one, Mac? Ware Upai? I'm not exactly sure what that question means. My other what? Yeah, I don't understand what that question means. Sorry. What happened to your other one? Are you talking about my other troop? Because that's a long story that I might leave for another live stream, because this live stream is actually over an hour, and I already finished my questions, so I'm just scrolling through any additional questions. But, I might do another Q&A, except with less questions and more of a story time type setting. My only concern with that is, as you can see, this screen that's right here right now, this is actually more like a podcast now because, it's just a screen and me talking. So if I were to do story time, I don't really have anything to show on the screen. So that's my only concern. So story times are not really effective. That's why I did this Q&A, so the people that were at the National Capital Area Council, they got their questions answered. Oh, I just forgot. I can't speak. I completely forgot. Thank you for you Weeblos out there that asked these questions. I really hope I was able to encourage you and motivate you to, I don't know, just do better in Scouts and encourage you to go for Eagle. Like you guys are Weeblos going into Scouting, and as you can see, there's a lot to look forward to in Scouting. Like that one question I answered and what I think was the best part of Scouting, or the question that was like, what can we look forward to in Scouting? Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do. So, I've shared my plan for my Eagle Scout in another video. I know someone in the comment asked that a while ago. They asked about my what my Eagle project is, or how is it going. My Eagle project should be done by either the end of July or the end of August. And I've in my how to do the Eagle Scout proposal, my video I did on that, I also explained what my project is going to be. Okay, scrolling through again. Sorry for what is your Eagle project? Oh yeah, I just said that. It's in my video on how to do a Eagle Scout proposal. Is that linked in the description? Oh shoot, it isn't. Well, if you look on my channel, it's not that far down. Just go on my uploads, and it's like the Eagle Scout proposal video. I reveal what my project is there. Didn't you attend winter camp twice? Yes, I did attend winter camp twice. I didn't do any other summer camp, but winter camp I did go twice. The first time was when I got my very first merit badges, first aid, and swimming. And then right after that, when I got back, I also got citizenship in the world. So winter camp, that was like one of the first times I had to talk to other people that I didn't know. Like it was pretty scary, but I did meet a lot of people there, and one of the kids there really like I don't know, I specifically remember one kid there. His name was Max. He was really cool. He showed me some card tricks, and he taught me a really cool card trick, and I still know how to do it, even though that was like over a year ago. I still know how to do the card trick. So winter camp was really cool. The only thing I hated about winter camp is me and my brother being stupid. We're like, yeah, let's go swimming during winter camp. Let's take the swimming merit badge. The water was like freaking like 60 degrees, I think. It was really cold. Not good. Not good. So it was kind of ironic because we were learning about hypothermia, and we all almost got hypothermia from the cold water at Leninichi. It was really bad. I remember one of the comments on my videos, or I can't remember if it was someone that contacted me through Discord or a comment on a video, but they said they took a swimming merit badge course one time, and they took it during the winter too, but Florida doesn't have snow. Florida doesn't really have ice either, but they live somewhere where they do have snow and ice. So the pool that they were supposed to go to learn about the swimming merit badge was frozen over, so they couldn't learn the swimming merit badge. That's kind of funny. Okay, sorry, scrolling through comments again. Okay, Connor, I really don't want to butcher your last name, but I'm sorry about this. So Connor Newhouse. Yeah. Considering you're almost Eagle, what are your plans post-Eagle? Is it Order the Arrow or venturing or an adult leader? So, I have an old joke with my troop that I would be all sad at the end when I'm gonna age out. I'd be like, this is the last time I'm gonna see you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm aging out next week, so this is the last time you're gonna see me. And then the next week, just come back and as a registered adult leader and be like, hey, what's up? Because I'll be 18 by then, so I'll be able to apply for adult leadership position. But that's a joke that I have with a couple of the people there. I'm fairly certain that not my entire troop watches my videos, so they're not going to know the joke. And for the ones that are watching my video, probably the ones that I told right before I streamed, don't tell the other guys, because that's my own little plan for trolling them. Sorry, I didn't actually answer the actual question. What are your plans post-Eagle? Well, post-Eagle, I plan on staying in the troop and helping my other fellow Life Scouts to reach Eagle. Maybe help them. Actually, a plan that I have right now is I'm gonna contact all the Life Scouts in my troop, and we're gonna see if we can attend each other's Eagle Scout projects to show up and get the service hours, and like help them out with each other, because that's actually a really good plan. If you also have a lot of Life Scouts in your troop, help each other out with your projects. Like if you're gonna get certain supplies for them, or if you're gonna set up a certain sign, or just help each other out. I still didn't answer the question. I'm so sorry. Plans post Eagle is to help other people in the troop and stay as a role model until I age out. I want to be as helpful as I can. I mean, once I get Eagle Scout, I don't know if I'll have enough time to do a full 6 months term for a leadership position. If I am, I might consider becoming SPL again, since like a lot of kids in my troop don't want to do it. But I'm not really so sure, because I'm pretty sure once I get Eagle Scout, I'm going to be really burnt out, and I don't really want to plan everything for the troop. So it is a good idea for me to be an SPL, but I just really not interested in doing SPL again for another troop, especially because this troop is a lot bigger than the one I was SPL for before. So yeah. I might do Venturing or Order of the Arrow, but at the moment I'm not interested in that. But something might change when I turn 18. I might go through I don't know, I might go through a phase where I'm like, okay, cool, let's do this. I don't know. Hype Beast Matt, did you ever go on a wilderness survival campout? I've always wanted to go on one of those where you rely on the stuff around you and you build your own tent for the night. Like you use the stuff around you to build a fire to get your materials, and you don't have an actual tent. I'm pretty sure that's what you're referring to. I've always wanted to go on one of those, but I actually never have. Hopefully I'll be able to go to one before I age out, but that's always interested me. It's just hard to find a place where you can use the nature around them, because they're all about conserving the property and making sure you don't damage the wildlife around there. So I haven't really found any place that'll just let you do a wilderness survival camp out. I'm pretty sure it's easy to plan one. I'm just not interested in planning one myself. But if it does come up in my troops agenda, I will be so hyped to go there. What was your hardest and easiest scout video to make? Oh shoot, that's a I have to really think about that. I mean, it kind of would make sense to say that the Tenderfoot rank was a hard video to do, but it wasn't really the hardest. I'm trying to think. The hardest probably was cooking, because I had to split cooking off into 3 different videos. My dad told me that it would be better to put it into one video, but then I said back, even though it's more practical for a YouTube channel to just have it in one video, I really want to do that video well and make sure that I cover all the stuff. So what I did in that video is I had the requirements, and I had specific examples from videos I took on the different requirements. Again, cooking is a really, really hard merit badge, so yeah. The easiest scout video to make, fingerprinting. I just took some videos of me doing fingerprints, put the 5 requirements on a slide, and then boom, boom, that was done. My scout videos usually take 6 to 9 hours to make, and that fingerprinting one probably took 2. It was really quick. Nephora's assistant, off topic, does your mom allow you to have a girlfriend already? I'm freaking 17 and in Scouts. Does it sound like I'm gonna have a girlfriend? No, I'm kidding. A lot of my friends in Scouts have girlfriends, and I just don't because I'm lame. Alright, moving on, because I'm sad now. I'm kidding, I'm not. That's a good question, though. Andy Hornseth, my dad is in the Order of the Arrow. That's really cool. I don't know how the Order of the Arrow works with that. Is he an adult leader? I guess. I don't know. Is he an adult leader in the Order of the Arrow? Because that's pretty cool. I am reading the chat. There are a lot of questions. Okay. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of questions. Shoot. Hold up, guys. I just realized, okay, I thought I was almost done with the questions because my scroll bar was like almost down to the bottom, but I just realized that it didn't load the other questions. So when I did put the scroll bar all the way to the bottom, it loaded all the questions. So now I have to read these all again. Give me a sec. I am reading the chat though. Would you consider doing a collaboration with other scouts across the nation? Well, okay, so the thing was about the ones that this one that I just did now. This was a collaboration that I did with the I can't speak with National Capital Area Council Pack 129 Den 11, the Sharks. So I've been going back and forth with the den leader for them for the past few weeks, and his original idea was to do a Zoom meeting. But honestly, I'm not interested in doing any public appearances or like I'm not interested in doing that. I want to make videos that other people can go back to. Because if you think about it, although a Zoom call is cool for like one-on-one contact with people, it doesn't really like help me in the long run because I mean, I guess I could record myself in the Zoom call, but I don't show my face. So, I mean, there's not really a point in doing that. However, if I make a video that the people who wanted to do a Zoom call can always go back to, that's great. This live stream lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I legit thought it was going to take 30 minutes. I've been streaming for like 76 minutes, so I'm very sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. I'm just sorry it's taking so long to get through all these questions. I didn't think I was going to be rambling for this long. So, I'm sorry, what was the question again? I forget. Would you consider doing a collaboration? Yes, I would, but I want to do it in like this format where it's like a Q&A style where they have questions. If they have like a question through a video, maybe like I don't know how that would work. Like maybe if they have a specific question about how their troop functions, I could answer that too. Like just Q&As like this where I can show what the questions are and explain my thoughts behind it. Like maybe if there are very specific questions later on how troops should be run, I can refer to like websites and stuff and show my sources. That'd be cool to do, like debunking how scouts should work and if this troop is doing the right thing. When I say right thing, I don't mean like, oh, some of your troops are doing it wrong. I just mean like there is a more efficient and practical way to do things, like the patrol method. Obviously, if your troop's not boy-led, it's not really that efficient. If your troop is boy-led, it might not be run efficiently by the guy who's in charge, but at least you're doing it correctly. And I still didn't answer the guy's question. Yes, I would consider doing collaboration, but it would be in this style that I'd like. Oh gosh, another hard name. I want to say Cami, but it's with a K, so I'm not sure if that's still Cami. Cami Sukaya. Oh my gosh, I can't pronounce names. I'm sorry. What is going to happen to the channel after you are 18? Huh. Honestly, in my honest opinion, once I turn 18 and I'm not in Scouts anymore, I don't know what videos I would make because I've already been making as many videos as I can with merit badges and like I'm running out of ideas for videos because of how little that I've been doing. And by the time I'm 18, I'll be done with Scouts, so there's not really much for me to do then. And that's like a few months from now, so I'll probably do a lot more Q&As then. I'll do a lot more videos. And by the time I'm 18, I'll probably cover everything that I've wanted to cover for a nice guide to Scouts for people that want to look at my channel. So, it's not that I'm going to be quitting my YouTube channel. It's just I won't really be uploading once I turn 18 because there's nothing really for me to upload. If I do find something to upload, I'll go for it. I'll make a video. But, I'll be burnt out by then. So thank you for the question, though. Can you shout out Epic Merit Badges? It is a very good online merit badge classes service. Alright, shout out completed. Epic Merit Badges. The Global Network asks, what is your patrol number? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I didn't even know a patrol number existed. My patrol right now is the leadership patrol, but I'm not sure if I have a patrol number, so I'm not sure. My bad. Fire Gaming says, "Hey Dad, it's Geo. What's up, Geo?" um, Finish your project already from Poe the Squash. You know what? I'm gonna clap you in Fortnite so hard. I'm kidding. For those of you that are still watching, my stream is almost ending, and I am gonna be playing Fortnite later. So hit me up if you want to play. I've already had a couple scouts say they wanted to play Fortnite with me, and like I said in my stream earlier, I played with Pokemon Dabber the other day. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Oh, those are the nephews from Donald Duck. What is the most important things you learned in Scouts? You have to learn to work things out. Plans can be made, plans can fall through, and you just have to learn to work with it. If something doesn't go how you wanted it to, it's fine, it still happened. You just work through it and continue on with your scouting career. Scary moments that happened at winter and summer camp. I almost got into a fight with a little kid. He was being mean to all the people on the basketball court, and he started trash talking everyone, and all the people were like leaving the court. So I confronted him. I'm like, "Hey, you're not being very cool right now. You're being really freaking annoying. So could you just not?" And he's like, "Oh, do you?" Well, actually, he didn't sound like me. He sounded like a freaking 12-year-old or something. He was like, "Oh, you think you're a tough guy, huh? You're just so bad at basketball." I'm like, "Yeah, so what? I'm just here hanging out with my friends, which you're dragging, or not dragging, you're pushing away." And then he got really mad, and then he kept like harassing the other scouts there. So at one point, I like snapped. I was yelling at him. I'm like, "Okay, dude, you're really not cool, and you're making everyone bad. You're such a bad scout, and I would honestly hate to be in the same troop as you. Even your friend over here is telling me that he doesn't like you." And then I accidentally made him cry, and I felt so bad. And then, and then, I forgot exactly what I said after that. I just remember him charging at me until one of the he was like running at me. Got really mad. He was gonna punch me or something. And I don't know what he thought because I'm like older than him and he's like a little kid. And I just wanted him to stop freaking harassing the kids at the basketball court. And one of the staff members came by and saw him, and he lied to the guy saying I was harassing him. And then everyone on the basketball court just like was like, "No, that's not what happened." And then the guy was like, "Okay, well, sounds like he needs to calm down, and I know you're doing a good thing, but just walk away from him." I'm like, "Understandable, yeah, I was just hanging out with my troop anyway." So, that's not really a scary moment, but I mean, that kid almost attacked me, man. Pretty spooky. um, The Global Network says in Sweden we didn't have any merit badges like the BSA. Okay, that makes sense. Only a few for hiking events and summer camp events. Yeah, different nations have different programs, and I'm not sure how they work. Will your brother earn Life Scout before you earn Eagle Scout? Huh. I don't exactly know what he needs left. I think, from what I heard before, my brother needs like one more requirement left, so I think he'll definitely get Life Scout before I turn Eagle. Fire Gaming says, "Become SPL, please. We need someone like you." It's just so much work. Like, yeah, I might. I don't know. Here, let me scroll to try to get all the questions loaded again. Okay. Let's see. Poe the Squash says, "Why am I a more efficient scout than you are?" You just tag along with me and just happen to get the same badges I get. How do you think you get them, huh? That's my brother, by the way, Poe the Squash. James Howell says, "Is there a gardening merit badge?" I know you mean merit badge. Let me look it up real quick. Is there a gardening merit badge? The gardening merit badge was one of the original 57 merit badges issued by the Boy Scouts of America in 1911. Let me see, gardening merit badge and worksheet. Oh yeah, it is. That's a thing. Gardening merit badge is a thing. There are 8 requirements. That might be a cool merit badge to do if you're in quarantine. Alright. Poe the Squash says, "Cooking was hard. We did it over Easter break last year." Yes, we did. Fire Gaming says, "Well, Mac, get a girlfriend before Eagle. Tune in next time on Eagle Scout Mac Guzman. Dun dun dun." Nothing to tune into if there's nothing to see. Self-roast. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. I already answered you earlier. I don't know why I looked it up. Uh, oh, Kami. Okay. The person earlier that I said, is it Kami or is it not? Because there's a K. It's pronounced Kami. That makes sense. All right, that seems to be the last of the questions. If you have any other last minute questions, please put them and I will end the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I did not think this was going to be as successful as it was, so this makes me really happy. If you guys have any other specific questions after the stream, just post them on my recent video and I will collect them. And if you have any specific questions that your troop wants to ask me, go ahead, shoot me an email. My email is mattguzmanyt@gmail.com. So that's how this whole thing happened, through an email with Mr. Brian Hoffer. So thank you for that. You should show your screen when you type. Yeah, I really should, but I don't want to accidentally show something that I'm not supposed to on my desktop. And knowing me, I might click a button accidentally or something. Like, but yeah, not last. The next stream I do, if it's like I can use specific sources online, yeah, I'll definitely show my screen. Um, and I'll try my best not to make it like a podcast type thing like this, because this has been on the screen for like 30 minutes now. Wow, I'm about to end the stream and I get 11 watchers. Well, for those of you 11 watchers, basically, this, like, it just jumped from 7 to 11 watchers. So for those 4 that just joined, if you have any final questions, put them in the chat right before I end the stream. Thank you for watching the stream, though. If you did last all the way through, like, thank you so much. Contact me if you have any specific questions at mattguzmanyt@gmail.com. Any other final questions? I will sign out in like 2 minutes. So, my next video is my status update. So, I'm just gonna give a spoiler out for my status video for you guys that watched at the end. I finally got all the merit badges I need. Yes! It's so great. Now I only need to do my project. So thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me. Any other questions? I don't think so. I will also be sure to drink more water next time because I was coughing a lot. So, all right. Tune in next week for my video on my status update, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.